Hello again in this installment of Spiritual Wisdom. You'll know by the title and thumbnail what this video is about. Now, as I'm in my friend's house, there may be some noise in the background as my friend is gaming, but I really feel right inspired in my life, to do a lot of videos right now. Um, and today's video is about respecting people. And I think once you respect yourself and then you look after yourself, you're able to respect others better, you're able to look after people better when you respect yourself and love yourself. But I also think it's so important to respect people, and how people sexually identify is also important, and accept respecting people. So, as a gay person myself, I support the LGBT community, and I'm all in favour of this. And a great book which is all about sexuality, how people identify, gender, is Heartstoppers. And Heartstoppers is just a great book. It's a fictional book, but not only do we find out about Charlie and Nick who love each other, we also meet a lot of different characters as well, and we see a lot of different relationships. So it's a good book to read, even though it's a fictional book and there's 5 books to read. But I think it's so important to respect other people's religions. Like, everyone should respect everyone else's beliefs. Like, if someone's Christian, I've met some lovely Christian people, and I respect their beliefs and they respect mine. And there's a good person who follows me here on YouTube, and you may be watching this video, and they're Christian. And I feel if I was in their company, I've done a reading for them, I feel I could just talk to them all night long about different things. We might agree on a lot, we might disagree on a few things, me and this person. I've met them time to time, and I feel whenever I've met them, the universe, I've met them out the blue, or I've seen them out the blue, and I feel the universe has brought that person to me for a reason whenever I see them out the blue. And I'm just so grateful, if you're watching this video, for your support. And I'm grateful to all of you who support this channel and who are part of this amazing community. But I think it's important to respect other people's beliefs. You don't have to agree with them, but it's important to respect other people's beliefs. I also think it's important to respect how people sexually identify. So there might be people who identify as non-binary, so they don't identify as female or male. They're not really comfortable with those particular labels. So I really think it's important to, and that there's nothing wrong with that. If someone feels they were born in the wrong body, like trans people do, that, like, you could have a trans man, someone who is born in a man's body, but they don't feel male, they feel like they're meant to be female. Same with a woman, they might, feel like they're meant to be a male, or they identify as male, they feel they were born in the wrong body. And then when they go for that change, that transformation, there's nothing, they're doing what feels right to them. And that's self-love as well, thinking for yourself, honouring your beliefs and values, and being your true authentic self. And you have to really ask yourself, how do you identify as a person? And it's so important to respect people, respect people's different religion, respect people's religious paths, respect people's also respecting people's sexuality, people, how they identify, how people identify gender wise, and always be, I think it's so important to be so respectful. And whenever you say things to people, there's an old saying, if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. But to me, I would say there's a nuance to this. Like, I love old sayings, but I would change them. Yes, it should be nice when you speak. What you have to say should be nice. But instead of making what you say nice, make it truthful, make it kind, compassionate, and above all else, make it wise. And that's what I'd say, like, before you speak, always speak with kindness, compassion, and above all else, wisdom. And in order to, like, if you're going to speak to someone, and give them good advice or give them wisdom, you've really got to understand where they're coming from, what's in their heart, mind, and soul. And this is why Hecate, Hecate's not for everyone, but I love Hecate. And Hecate's been around for thousands of years. She's very primordial, But the reason why Hecate is able to help so many people and help so many lost souls is because she respects them, she's kind to them, and she helps them in their heart, mind, and soul. She knows what's going on in their mind, heart, and soul. Being the Lady of the Crossroads, she knows what's going on, what's bringing them at this crossroads. And whenever you're at a crossroads, you know you have to make a decision, but it's not an easy decision. It could be you're in a relationship, but it's not. But you know you're in a relationship, it's not bringing you happiness, joy, or it's a complicated relationship. It's not fulfilling you, and you have to let go of that. It could be a friendship. It could be anything, and you just part of you wants to hold on to that toxic, negative thing because a lot of people hold on to toxic and bad habits when they don't love themselves, and a lot of people and when you learn to love yourself, it's not easy to let go, but you understand what you have to let go to better yourself. And again, a big part of self-love is respecting yourself. And when you respect yourself, you're able to look after and respect others as well. And I think a lot when you become very spiritually aware and spiritually awakened, and there's different levels to spiritual awakening. I would say I am quite awake, and there's a lot of people that I've met or I've either listened to or I've met in person that are quite awake. And this just means that they've got a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, and they understand the energies around them, and their consciousness is expanded. And to me, that is what it is to be spiritually awake. It's constantly to learn, constantly deepen your understanding, and always. And spirituality also allows you to look at the world, look at things from a whole new perspective as well. And that's what it is. And I think that a lot of religions in the world, they teach be kind, be loving, be understanding, be wise, be respectful, and also I feel like we should respect other people and other people's beliefs, but at the same time, don't and also look at things from a different set of eyes, a different perspective, but never bury your beliefs, would be my opinion, because it's more to like there's times where me and my partner, we've had discussions, but we might not see eye to eye, and I say, well, that's your opinion, that's mine, but we usually it becomes very heated before we draw the line, and I think there's got to draw that line, but always be respectful as well. And that would be the message in this video as well. And to me, like when you become spiritually awake, you want to, and you learn to love yourself, you feel when you learn to love yourself, you're in a good place in life, you're in a good journey, and you want to bring other people up. And me, I want to bring people up. I want people to think for themselves. I want people to ask themselves why. I want people to learn to love themselves and focus on love, personal growth, self-love and personal growth. And I want people to trust their intuition as well. And I want people to live life the way they see fit and do what feels right to them. And in life, you should always do you and do whatever you want as long as it doesn't harm anyone, including yourself as well. And to me, that is the message here. Respect. I respect everyone, but I will say sometimes if you don't know any better, there's a difference between saying something offensive, right, intentionally, and there's a difference between saying something offensive without knowing any better. I respect trans people, non-binary, and I respect all people of different faiths, beliefs, but sometimes even if you've got the best intentions, you might say the wrong thing. And there's a good half. It's the same like a lot of people who identify as witches. And again, a witch is someone who practices witchcraft. There are people which say things to witches, and Harf made a beautiful video, and it was like things you should never say to witches. Now, I would love to do a collab, I'd love to do a podcast of that with Harf, and even though I'm not in a collab or anything, I do love I love Hearth Witch's channel and I support her because I subscribe and I support her channel, and I love that video because there's things what you shouldn't say, and sometimes we might say the wrong things, and if we ever offend someone unintentionally, it's just a chance to learn, and to learn, did we say something wrong but we didn't know any better as well. And I think it's so important that to know better, to respect people's beliefs, ideas as well. And a lot of deities, it's also important to respect every deity. Like, you might not work with them or want to work with them, that's fine, but still be respectful. And to me, a lot of people who start working with Hecate but they have a bad experience, that's based on their religious trauma. That was not Hecate, that's the religious trauma. Because whatever energy you're going to give a deity, rather that's Hecate, rather that's Isis, you're going to meet that energy in kind. And it's the same with people. If you're mean, disrespectful, and you're just saying whatever, you're not mindful of what you're saying, then you will offend someone, and then you're going to get a nasty response back as well. And I suppose when it comes to respecting people, it's very common knowledge. Be kind, respectful. 9 times out of 10, the energy you put out, you're always going to get it back. Sometimes you might give the right energy to the wrong person, and then you have to, protect yourself in that situation, create boundaries, and say what needs said. It all depends on like everything in life. Different words, different sayings, different knowledge will apply for different situations in life. However, as always, this is me just sharing my thoughts about respecting others. And I'll also, tomorrow, I'll be talking about body image, bad body image, like how society looks at body image, bad body image will be a subject I'll be talking about tomorrow on the channel. So I'm grateful to all of you. As always, I'm always coming up with new ideas, new thoughts. If there's any videos you would like me to make a video about as well, another video I'm going to be making, because I know some of you on the channel are Christians, and I'm also going to be talking about like my thoughts about Jesus, like how I think about Jesus. This is something, and also I'll be talking about demons. So there's a lot I'll be talking about in the channel as well. So thank you for watching, thank you for your support, and until next time, may part, meet again, blessed be.